There are moments in life when the world grows silent and only the heartbeat inside your chest reminds you that you are still here, still fighting, still hoping, still trying to understand why the path beneath your feet feels so heavy, and yet somehow still calls you forward in a whisper that refuses to fade. And this is the story of a woman who walked a road where every stone carried the memory of pain, but she kept moving because she carried a truth deeper than the wounds of her past. She was born in a small forgotten corner of the world where dreams were things people spoke of only when the night was quiet and the stars felt close, and she grew up watching faces lined with struggle and hands shaped by sacrifice. And yet in those same faces she found something fierce, something that told her a different life was possible. And inside her a fire began to grow, slow and quiet at first but impossible to ignore. She did not have much, but she had spirit, and though no one taught her how to rise, she learned by watching the morning sky push away the darkness. She learned by seeing the tiniest flowers break through the toughest earth. She learned by listening to the stories of women who had survived storms without ever losing the courage in their voices. And she knew that one day she would carry her own story like a flame in the wind, and nothing would stop her from letting it shine. As she grew older, the world around her changed and she changed with it, but the challenges grew too, obstacles that were carved from fear and doubt, and the heavy weight of expectations that were never meant for her heart. She was told she should stay silent, she was told she should stay small, she was told that the life she wanted belonged only to those who were born with more, but deep inside she felt a pulse of defiance, a calling that pushed against the walls around her and whispered, "You were made for more than this." So she took her first brave step and then another, each one trembling, each one uncertain, each one powerful in its own quiet way. She walked away from the life she was expected to accept and toward a life she had to create with her own hands. She did not know if she would succeed, she did not know if she would survive, but she knew she could not remain in a place where her soul felt trapped. The world she entered was full of voices louder than hers, voices that tried to drown her out, push her back, break her down, but she held on to that fire inside her, that fire that had been growing since she learned how to watch the morning sky, and she refused to let anyone take it from her. The days were long and the nights were longer, and there were moments when she felt the weight of her own decisions press so hard against her heart that she wondered if she had made a mistake. And yet every morning she woke again, and somehow found the strength to keep going, because she knew that bravery is not built in easy moments. Bravery is built in the moments when everything hurts but you keep moving anyway. There were people who doubted her, people who whispered behind her back, people who looked at her with eyes that said you will never be enough, but she learned something powerful in those moments. She learned that the voices that try to break you come from those who fear your ability to rise. And when she understood that, she no longer listened to them, she listened only to the quiet truth inside her chest. Her journey took her through places she never expected. She met compassion where she least hoped for it, and cruelty where she least deserved it. She experienced kindness that held her together and betrayal that shattered her trust. She learned how fragile people could be, and how strong she could become, and through every step her spirit grew, even when her heart broke, because she discovered the kind of strength that is born only from surviving everything you thought would destroy you. There came a day when she stood at a crossroads, one path familiar and safe, the other uncertain and terrifying. And she felt the trembling inside her, but she also felt a rising of courage that she had earned through every pain she had endured. And she knew the road ahead would demand more from her than she had ever given, but she also knew she could not return to who she used to be, so she chose the difficult path, the honest path, the path that belonged to her. And as she walked forward, her story began to change, not because the world became kinder, but because she became stronger. She learned to speak even when her voice shook. She learned to stand even when her knees felt weak. She learned to love herself even when others could not see her worth. And each time she chose courage, she felt another piece of her spirit come alive. There were moments of beauty, moments when she realized how far she had come, moments when she felt the sunlight fall on her in a way that made her forget every shadow she had ever walked through. And in those moments she understood that healing is not a destination, it is a journey that happens quietly inside the soul. But there were dark days too, days when she lost the battles she tried so hard to win, days when her tears fell like rain, and she felt the sharp ache of loneliness press against her chest, days when the world felt too heavy, and she longed to rest. But even in those moments she discovered something she had never known before. She learned that strength does not disappear on the hard days. Strength grows in the deepest cracks where hope feels impossible. She kept moving not because she always believed she could, but because she had learned to move even when she doubted herself, and slowly her steps became steadier, her heart became lighter, and her voice became something powerful, something echoing, something unbreakable. And then one day she realized something extraordinary. She realized that she had become the woman she once needed, the woman she once imagined, the woman she had once believed she could never be. She realized that every hardship had shaped her, every wound had taught her something, every tear had watered the roots of her resilience. When she looked back, she did not see failure, she did not see weakness, she saw courage so quiet that the world almost missed it. Courage built from nights of sleepless fear and mornings of relentless hope. She saw a woman who had carried herself through storms alone, and yet had somehow never lost the light inside her. Now when she speaks, her voice carries the weight of everything she has lived through. Her words hold the warmth of every sunrise. She has survived. She understands people in a way she never did before because she carries the memory of her own struggles, and she knows how to recognize the battles others try to hide. She has become someone who inspires without trying, someone who leads without forcing, someone who heals by simply existing, because she is proof that broken does not mean defeated, and lost does not mean finished, and hurt does not mean hopeless. Her story is not perfect, her journey is not glamorous, her victories are not loud, but they are real and powerful and earned. And this is what makes her brave, not the absence of fear but the will to rise above it, not the absence of pain but the strength to carry it, not the absence of struggle but the choice to keep moving anyway. And so she continues forward step by step, heart open, soul steady, spirit unshaken, a reminder to anyone who hears her story that bravery is not found in perfection, bravery is found in the quiet decision to begin again. Every time the world tries to break you, bravery is choosing to believe in something better. Even when everything feels impossible, bravery is the softest voice inside you whispering, keep going, you are not done yet. Her story belongs to every woman who has ever doubted herself, every woman who has ever been told she was not enough, every woman who has ever carried scars that no one else could see, and every woman who has ever risen despite all of it. Because she is not just one woman, she is all women. She is strength, she is fire, she is survival, she is hope, she is proof that even in the darkest places a light can grow. And as her journey continues, she knows there will be more storms, more shadows, more nights that feel endless. But she also knows she has become someone who does not break easily, someone who has walked through too much to ever lose herself again, someone who understands that the world may try to silence her, but her spirit will always find a way to speak. She walks forward now, not with fear but with purpose, not with doubt but with belief, not with hesitation but with a quiet, radiant certainty that she was born for this path, born for this fight, born for this story, and her story is far from over.